Hey, it's Paul with LSPDATA. We're focused on niche data to help you find your next off-market deal. And in this video, I'm really excited to give you a bit of a sneak peek of the revamp of our platform. So our code violations platform, and as well as our pre-foreclosure platform. So if you're already our customer, it's going to be pretty easy to basically, to log in and that sort of thing. But yeah, I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of how the platform is going to look like. So again, nothing changes. And if you are a new customer, we have two basically sets of data. One of them is the code violation, and also the other one is pre-foreclosures. But the intent is just to help you find off-market deals, right? And again, over the last 5 or 6 years or so, put our data together. We made tons of videos explaining how all this data is relevant to help you find off-market deals in your markets. And again, here I wanted to kind of focus on our code violation platform. And then next, we're going to talk a little bit about our county pre-foreclosure platform as well. So again, made a lot of videos explaining what is the differences between some of those document instruments or document types from the county. But again, let's jump straight into the platform. And again, if you've used this platform before, or if you're a new customer, it's pretty easy to access the data once you sign up for the service. In this case, we're going to jump into Houston. Houston is my hometown, so I wanted to briefly show you this, right? So as compared to other platforms, our platform basically displays information right away when you open it here, and it gives you, so in this case, there's about 140,000 records here. And as you can see, this is on a daily basis, right? So code violation platform updates on a daily basis or a couple of days. So the data should be very fresh. And again, we focus on the quality of the data, and that's why I keep saying we're niche data, right? At the point where you export the data out of our platform, that's really up to you based on your sales skills, right? Your marketing skills, right? So whether you want to skip trace it, if you want to do mailers, if you want to do cold calling, if you want to do SMS, right, where the person has authorized you to text them, that's really up to you. But one of the things that we continue hearing is that a lot of you may not be skilled enough, or maybe you need to partner with someone who has a better maybe skills of sales, right? Because that's all it boils down to. But for me, again, for me as the owner of this and the data that we put together, over the last 6 years, we've gotten good consistent results. And again, so it's one of those things where it's not really the platform's fault, right? And again, we're just trying to show you some of the improvements that we made. Unnecessary comments, but just wanted to throw that out there because again, maybe a lot of you need more cold calling skills, right, to close those deals. But again, how am I going to help you get that data? Well, again, once you log in, gives you all the records here. It just depends what you're interested in, right? We made it easier. We added this indicator. So what does this mean? Well, again, we are looking at those code violations, and the code violations have a description here, right? So in this case, this is where it's coming from. So this is an abandoned house, right? And you can either go and manually look at each record, right? Or just trust us that we've done a good job in sort of filtering those out. So it makes it a lot easy for you to not have to enter the word, vacant here, or, vagrants, right? Or squatters, which you can do. But the main thing is just to make it easy on you, super easy for you to come in, select those criteria, right? So let's say you wanted to focus on vacant and then high grass, right? And then let's say you're looking into absentee owners, property types, you're interested in single family, fourplex, duplex, that sort of thing, right? So if you were to search that gives you 1,686, right? If you're focusing on recent violations, you can also, as you notice here, there is a violation days. So let's say you wanted to focus on just the last 30 days worth of violations. You could do that. Brings you to 351. If you want to focus on the last year, 365, you can also do that, right? 1,511. This is ready to export. Again, we make it super easy. The last thing maybe you want to do is, especially if you're doing skip tracing, maybe the ownership type just means that you're reaching out to an individual person and not a company, not an LLC, not a church, that sort of thing. So again, 1,126. This is pretty much ready to export. So if you did export here, you can either do all of the filter ones, right? And we are going to click export into Excel. The nice thing that we've added now is the ability to also exclude records, right? So in the past, if somebody was exporting records, right? The question was, how do I exclude things already exported, right? So now we made it a little bit easy for you to do that. So again, here's the exported list. It makes it easy. It has all the owner information and everything that you need basically to skip trace or to mail it, right? So now let's say you wanted to add an additional, indicator here, right? So now you've added the stress. This went up. The next time you try to do an export, you can do exclude already exported records. So now it's just going to export the new records that were in there, right? And so again, just a part of the feedback that we gotten over the years from our customers. We're trying to make it easy on you to export your records and make sure that you always have unique records. That way you're not spending more money in duplicates and that sort of thing. But you should always do your due diligence and clean up your data anyways. But that's another thing that we added. A third thing that we added as well is many of you use the platform in a different manner, right? So some of you may log in once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, and you want to do your export and then you want to do your marketing, right? But also you don't want to lose your edge in new data that keeps coming in, right? So what we've added as well is the ability to send emails, data through your email, right? So let's say if you wanted to today, you exported the list, you're happy with it, you're gonna go and proceed with marketing. Now what you can do is you can select the email schedules. So here, I'll do one for testing. Let's say we do Houston daily code of violations, right? You want to send it to you at a specific time, daily, specific email, right? And then again, you select all of those, say you're interested in just absentee owners, individuals. You can select specific zip codes, just enter, the zip code with a comma, zip code, comma, etc., right? So if you want more, right? So in this case, for us, right, you probably want to do the last 7 days, especially if you're doing it maybe on a weekly basis, right? If you're doing it on a daily basis, maybe you want to do after specific date, right? Maybe here we'll need to add like the last 2 days, so that way you get more consistent daily ones. Lastly, if you wanted to find just you get notified on specific things, you can enter here the word like vacant, right? And you can add that as well. So let's say I wanted to do that and just add vacant. And then if you wanted to, for us, wanted to send this to myself, right? And again, in the future, you also have the ability to exclude already exported records, right? That way it prevents any duplication as well. So in this case, let's say this is the one that I created just now, right? Daily code violation Houston. We're gonna do run now. Or was it this one? We'll do both at the same time. But anyways, wanted to show you this is how it's gonna look like. I did it a couple of minutes ago before I started this video, but in this case, again, this is the ones that we got, right? And basically, it exported that list. And this one is also ready to just, skip trace. And yeah, it's very cool in my opinion. I think this is the one that I just scheduled now. Okay, so there you go. It went through that second one that we just scheduled. And I'll show you here in the second how that looks like. So there you go. And I just got it now. So in this case, this is the one that had the, I believe I was looking for vacant here. So there you go. Just wanted to show you that that works. So that's another thing that may give you, again, that way on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, you get those through your email. And maybe that makes it easier to ingest into your CRM, or maybe give it to your virtual assistant or whatever it is, right? But yeah, that's as simple as that. And that's the core violation. Again, the point is to find off-market deals based on the equivalent of doing like driving for dollars, right? And the next thing we're going to do focus on is the pre-foreclosure ones, right? And it's just as that sounds. Again, a lot of you, if you've been in the real estate market for a while, you understand that a lot of the events that lead to a pre-foreclosure or foreclosure, right, is usually life events. So modification of loan, someone's falling behind, payments, right, list pendants, that sort of thing. And again, I cover this on past videos on where I'm providing you a time frame before it gets to that point, right? So that way it gives you enough time to reach out and try to help the homeowner, right? Maybe take over the loan or whatever your strategy is, right, for those, right? So just wanted to give you that. But again, made a couple of videos running some stats. But if you are a customer and you want to, jump into this platform, go to county data, access Texas counties, right? Again, the difference is code violations, separate platform data, county, separate platform data as well, right? So let's say you're doing business in Dallas, right? Simple as accessing that data as well. And again, just for our sake, we want to make it super easy on you, all right? So here, the easiest thing to do is go to pre-foreclosures, search, right? Or if you know what the document instrument types are or what they mean, you can also select those, right? So from here, maybe affidavit or airship, liens, right? There is a lot. There is notice of foreclosure, list pendants, like I said, there's different kinds of liens. Depending on the county and the state, sometimes you may get, tax related information like tax delinquency and that sort of thing, right? But for us, when you select the pre-foreclosures, it will auto select a lot of those document types that, instead of you doing it manually, we're just doing it for you, right? So if we do here a list, this one doesn't have list pendants, notice, there you go. So the doc type, lien, affidavit, claim notice, modification of loan, right? So if you trust us, then it's as simple as coming here, signing the pre-foreclosure. Again, what we recommend, because this is 7,600, yep. Again, if you're doing maybe out-of-state ownership, absentee, right? Ownership type, individual, search, 3,686, right? The other thing as well is we're giving you the date in which this was recorded, right? So August 8th, pretty recent data as well. The county data, we try to do at least once a week, right? Some of the counties, depending on the states in the US, may take a little longer. But again, depends on how often you want to log into the platform, right? The idea is just come in here, do your export, same as the other one that I showed you. Easy to export the list and ready for you to skip trace. If giving you the full name, the mailing address, and all the information that you need to reach out to the property owner. But anyways, just wanted to give you a bit of a sneak peek on the platform. Really excited for this. It's been a couple of years now. And again, if you are new to the service, you can just sign up. Again, the URL is going to change here, the domain, so don't try to sign up here because it's gonna go away. But again, yeah, once you sign up, you get started. You can sign up or do it with Google. Again, we will have ways to detect if you're trying to misuse the platform. So if you're one of those people, maybe if you're a data reseller, just reach out to us, and we have bulk pricing, right? It's really terrible when people sign up without the intention of being a customer, right? Because we give you a free trial. But for majority of you, great. Again, anytime you want to get a free trial, you can just put in LSPDATA at checkout, right? And you get the 7-day free trial. And yeah, stay tuned for a lot more details. And if you have any questions, reach out in the comments. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Stay tuned.